In its latest move to mend bilateral ties with Tokyo, South Korea has restored Japan to its list of preferential trading nations. In the meantime, the country has introduced tougher restrictions on Russia and Belarus, joining international efforts to control their military capabilities against Ukraine. Our Moon Hye-ryeon has the details.
Japan is back on Seoul's whitelist of trading partners for the first time in 3 years. The Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy released a notice on Monday to make amendments to the country's whitelist of strategic goods export destinations, reinstating Japan back in the top-tier class of trading partner nations and merging the two top classes of nations together. Back in 2019, Seoul removed Japan from the whitelist in response to Tokyo's implementation of licensing requirements for the export of key materials needed for the production of displays and semiconductors, fluorinated polyimide, hydrogen fluoride, and photoresists. Following the bilateral summit between South Korea and Japan last month, Tokyo lifted these export restrictions, prompting Seoul to respond by placing Japan back on the whitelist. The whitelist consists of different tiers that have varying benefits, and the Trade Ministry's decision to tie the top two tiers together puts Japan in the top tier alongside 28 other nations, including the UK and the United States. This means that South Korean firms exporting goods to Japan now only need to fill out 3 application forms instead of the standard 5, and the permit review period is 5 days instead of 15. It's expected that Japan will reciprocate by putting Seoul back on its whitelist too, but the process will likely take longer as the move needs to be discussed in a cabinet meeting, unlike in South Korea, where it just needs to be notified through the Trade Ministry. Meanwhile, Seoul will be strengthening its export restrictions to Russia and Belarus starting this Friday in light of the prolonged war in Ukraine. The ministry added 741 more items to its previous list of 57 banned items for export to the two countries, bringing the total of restricted items to 798. These new items include semiconductors such as DRAM memory chips, vehicles exceeding $50,000 in value, construction machinery, and steel and chemical products, items that can be used to develop and enhance military capability. The list reflects 4 international agreements such as the Wassenaar Agreement and the Nuclear Suppliers Group, all which aim to prevent aiding warfare through the control of exports. Moon Hye-ryeon, Arirang News.